Hello, everybody. Here we are. We're live. We're playing some games, some new games that I've never run before. So we'll see how that goes. I hope everybody's having a lovely day, a lovely Tuesday. It is my personal Sunday. Nobody cares about that. But very chaotic start to this. That's fair. I mean, I almost don't care. But yeah, if you're tuned in, this is the first episode of a new Monster of the Week campaign called the Extremely Regular Roadtrip, and I'm sure it will be extremely regular. As of right now, it's not even a road trip yet, so it's got to be one of those. I would like to have everybody introduce themselves and their character a little bit. I'll roll a die to see who goes first. Oak, that's you. Sorry. Oh, hold.
Oh.
I fixed it.
Oh,
Thank you, Devin. That was a very...
we didn't have any audio.
Oak, now that you've gotten to
Thank you,
rehearse,
Devin.
will you start over?
Oh, okay, I get to do this again. Okay, hi. I'm Oak, he, they pronouns. I will be playing Archibald Cornelius Gideon Ackworth IV, who is an English professor at Boston University. His favorite writer is Oscar Wilde. And he's just a guy, you know?
Yeah, he's super normal.
He's just an English professor.
There's nothing special about him. Thank you, Devin.
No.
See, the lovely art of Archibald is done by you here in the token with the brown frame.
Yeah, just a English guy.
Just a guy.
Just a guy.
And then Hunter, you're next.
Hi, I'm Hunter. I use they, he pronouns. I'm playing Dan the Man, who's just a normal guy who has a van and, he's from the Upper Peninsula. He's studying business economics, and he's beefy and goth.
Believe it or not, he is goth, despite this image of him.
Yeah, that's
like-
just what's under the trench coat.
He's like whatever the 70s version of goth is, okay? Don't
Well,
worry about it too much.
I just
I'm
want to
pretty sure
show.
it's still goth.
I just want to show
Yeah.
the entire image of this that you've so lovingly photoshopped.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Beautiful.
Huge
A
fan.
beautiful
of-
man.
That's our van, or that's Dan's van. Sorry,
That's
Actually,
Dan's fan.
that is Dan's.
I mean, Dan has two vans. No.
Oh, that's
Te-
true.
technically, Lalo can tell us about who our van is right now.
Yeah, this is not gonna get confusing at all.
What an
Hi,
intro.
It's me, Lalo. He, him pronouns, please and thank you. I will be playing Van Morrison, no relation.
To the van.
Is a hard, yeah, no relation to the van. He does not drive. He is a hardcore cryptid enthusiast. Was planning on saying this in my intro, but nobody else did, but I'll still do it. I'm going to be using the expert playbook for Monster of the Week, because Van is a real expert when it comes to cryptids. He knows all about them carnally, and also from a scholarly standpoint. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about my playbook.
Yeah, it can be a fun and exciting surprise.
Go to dogehype.com though.
Go to dogetype.com.
Wait, what is this? What are you advertising?
I think this is. I think this
They
is
want
spam.
us to buy. Yeah, this is most certainly spam. But yeah.
I'm gonna report them
Oh, I can.
for
Thank you, Hunter.
harassment.
It's okay. I can. I can.
I
get
have
rid of
mod
them.
powers,
I'm
don't
gonna
I? Or am
report them for
I-
terrorism. Alright. No, I'm gonna report them for scams, spams, or bots. There we go.
I have mod powers, but I do not know how to use them.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of
I
sad
did,
that
you
I've
say
lost
so.
that message in the chat. Dodgehype.com.
R.I.P.
It's too.
Searchhype.com.
I would
It's
work
okay.
that into the plot, but
Yeah.
the internet does not exist
We
yet.
still have Hunter's message.
Yes, that's right, and that's important.
Oh yeah. What year is it?
It is
73, I think we said.
Yeah, it is 1973, and it is a stormy day. It is midday. There is a full-ass thunderstorm going on in Boston, Massachusetts. The site of Boston University. What time of the year is it?
I think like or like late spring, about to be summer, right? Like we just graduated.
Oh yeah, this is a summer road trip.
Yeah,
That
so
boys just graduated from college. They gotta
Hey.
go on their
I didn't do that.
quest. Well, no, you are the college.
No, I meant Miyok, the real person.
Oh,
Valid.
who among us?
Who among us?
You're not fucking special.
Yeah. Ooh.
let us say it's the day before
Yeah, it's okay.
graduation ceremony. What are you all doing on this day?
I love that.
We can go in the same order as before if you'd like, or if somebody wants to say they would like to go first, that's also fine. Oh!
Oh, Coral's rating.
Oh!
Hi, crew adventure time.
That means we were dropping
Every
frames.
time.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Coral.
Oh boy.
How's the internet?
Bad.
The internet is bad.
Patty, I watched your camera quality get so crunched.
As soon as, like, we went live, or...
No, just right now.
Yeah.
You're
Hopefully, yeah.
moving at like a third of a frame per second.
It's so funny because I can't see it. Yeah, the internet is rude. Coral's right. Our internet is very rude.
Yeah.
That's true.
To those who don't know, we were stress testing our internet tonight, trying to have all three of us that stream. And, yeah, it wasn't happening. Okay, my audio was clear, so at least it could be a radio show.
Hey.
Welcome, Raiders. We were just getting started. We were playing Monster of the Week. I am running it as the teller for the first time, and I'll set the scene for you once again. It is 1973 in Boston, Massachusetts. It is midday, the day before the graduation ceremony. There is a wild thunderstorm happening midday. And I was about to ask the players what they're up to today. Ooh.
That's right. Well, I mean, we can go in the same order, but I don't know, Oak, if you wanna save it. It's
Well,
up to
Archibald's
you.
in the library.
Okay.
That's it.
He's in the library doing what?
Reading books.
Just,
That's what he does.
it's kind of his thing.
Yeah, avoiding students. Nobody talks to him.
Certainly.
It's day before graduation. He's not gonna be doing this. He's almost made it through the year.
I think Van, honestly, probably also in the library. He is not reading though. He is asleep in the library.
Like,
Should we like describe what they look like?
yeah. Why don't we start with you since you're going right now? Here, I have a.
Okay.
I have a picture.
Van is very, he looks, honestly, when you look at him, he looks really tall. He's not actually that tall, he's only like 5'11", but he's so sort of gaunt and lanky that it makes it feel like he's a lot taller than he is. He's like really pretty, honestly, like in the face, and he's got long, beautiful hair, but he's like pretty in a way that's like a little bit haunted, almost. Like, he kind of always looks like somebody who just saw a ghost, but I swear to God, that's just his face.
He didn't just see a ghost?
No, certainly not. He would never. Yeah, and his manner of dress is he usually wears, like, a pretty, like, poofy, like, loose-fitting shirt with some, extravagant pattern, and then just, like, a classic pair of blue jeans. And he was in the library reading, but now he is just kind of like leaned back in his chair with his like feet up on the table and a book like over his face, and he is asleep.
What's the book?
He's been up all night. It is probably so Van somehow coaxed the university into letting him major in cryptozoology. So it is probably some, like, deeply skeptical, vaguely pseudoscientific, like, tome on Bigfoot, that is just kind of covering his face as he sleeps.
Makes sense.
Thank you for the follow, Anti. Yeah, so you were just... Are you soothed? Is he soothed by the sounds of the thunderstorm?
I think so, yeah. He's been in the library all night. Like, it's like morning now, right?
But yeah, it's like day. I said midday, so whatever
Midday.
feels.
That's fine. He's been here a minute.
Yeah.
He's been here a while.
What? He's not even. If it's the day before graduation, he's not studying for anything.
No. This is for fun.
So is he? If the plan was to have a road trip, like they were planning ahead of time, maybe he's like researching spots to hit up.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, a little of that, a little of a lot of things. Yeah, I think that for sure would be something he'd be doing. So he's probably got like a map out on the table in front of him. And I think he didn't fall asleep on purpose, but did so kind of hoping and trusting that his best friend Dan will just kind of find him in some way. That's kind of what he's banking on.
Okay, you can add to your possession the U.S. Atlas that will have all the markings of notes that you've made.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that is currently in your possession. Hunter, what's Dan up to?
Dan is he's in his van.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna show this again.
Not, his friend van.
No, never.
Not yet, at least.
Not right now. He's in his driving the van, the metal van, the green one. He's trying to figure out how to remove his, let's call it a garden. He's trying to figure out how to remove his garden from the back of his van. Would you like to know what he's growing in his garden, Patty?
Yeah, I would
It's
like.
mushrooms.
It's mushrooms.
It's mushrooms. He's trying to carefully remove them, figure out where to put them, and hoping that they'll still be alive when he comes back from the road trip.
Does that mean there's been manure inside the van?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, this will surely affect
I'm
things.
worried about it.
At least I can't smell it, I think.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Can I smell
It'll
shit?
air out. Just roll the windows down.
Unclear.
Yeah, it's you know what? Van's been in the van enough to know what it smells like in there. Okay.
Man doesn't give a shit.
Literally.
Man could care less.
Don't worry about it. They'll leave the windows down. It's it's the only car they have. So
They're
it's
gonna
been
be.
used to grow mushrooms. You can't drive around Boston. But yeah, that's what he's doing. hanging out and being 6 feet tall and buff, and he's wearing
Flex.
all black. And frankly, people are kind of wondering what the fuck he's doing in the van because he's going around in there cussing and stuff.
I assume he's like kind of like well known.
Well, yeah, he's the
He's the
campus
plug,
monster teacher. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that there might be some people that are searching for you since it's your graduation time and there's a lot of parties tonight.
Plenty of opportunity to be doing some very fun and cool drugs.
So I assume you have some like times and set up. How do people do things before cell phones? You have like meetings planned with people to meet up.
Yeah, or something. They just show up and they're like, "You got me," you know. Like
He has hours.
yeah, man. Office hours. Out of the back of his van.
I will say people would probably note Van's absence, because Van kind of hangs around Dan like a shadow, is kind of just always looming near him in some way.
How did y'all meet?
How did we meet? We established this.
Your van was haunted.
Oh yeah. Dan was convinced that his van was haunted and reached out to Van, who is known for his sort of fixation on the supernatural and cryptids. And I did we determine that the van was not actually haunted.
Oh, it's an old piece of shit.
It's just an old piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But I think, from my perspective, they sort of sensed kind of a kindred weirdo energy in each other and just became inseparable.
I like the idea of you having like a poster up on the bulletin board at the college that says like, have a problem with cryptids?
Oh yeah, I think
Call
he
it,
definitely
and it had
does
the little
that.
tabs you could pull off with the phone number.
There's
I think-
one tab pulled off.
Here's the thing: is I think Van is kind of chronically unemployable. He's just a little bit too strange to hold down a job for a considerable amount of time. He will sort of inevitably reveal how odd he is, and thus he does try and find a lot of alternate routes to make money.
Makes sense. It all checks out.
Yeah,
Like unhaunting Dan the Man's van.
yeah, exactly.
So are you planning? So with you planning the road trip, is the plan for all of you to go together, or?
I imagine that Dan and Van are planning to go on a road trip together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had established that Dan and Van also are more than familiar with Archie. I don't know to what degree.
We're pals. We see
We're
each other around
pals.
in the library.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the English professor, dude.
exactly. You're right. I'm so sorry. You're so right.
But Archibald doesn't leave the library.
No, never. He's very dedicated to his work.
Yeah.
I think probably they were discussing it in the library, and Archibald just like showed up as he's prone to do. He's, you know, Archibald. He's quiet
Mhm.
fella. And Dan, like, he's so Midwestern. He's so Midwestern, and he sees Archibald, and he's like, "Oh man, we're talking about going on this road trip in front of this guy. I have to invite him." So he invited Archibald to go on the road trip, even though he's like, I mean, he's just like a normal guy. He's kind of weird, but like,
I think Van is very enthusiastic about Archibald coming along and attempts to communicate why he's so enthusiastic about Archibald being there, but it constantly just seems to like go in one ear and out the other with Dan.
well, yeah. I mean, Van's always saying crazy stuff, so he's
Yeah,
just
I guess Van is kind of an unreliable narrator in a lot of ways, but he's
Yeah.
psyched about Archie joining them.
I do think Archibald would absolutely decline the invitation.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, no, he's not leaving the library.
Well, I do think you would see Van still planning the trip right now in this moment while in the library.
I guess I'll go wake Van up.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute, and it might be... He probably shouldn't be.
The Bigfoot book on his face, it's a large book. So I'm going to delicately remove the face book and
That hasn't been invented yet, sorry.
yeah, of course.
You just invented Facebook.
Yeah. Find a bookmark, put it in the book, and then just gently put it on the desk.
I don't think I have to roll or anything. I can just wake up, right?
You can just decide your character has woken up or not.
Yeah, I think that is enough. I think Van is actually a really light sleeper. He's very jumpy, just kind of in general, which I think is a thing that people would just know about him. So basically, as soon as he feels like movement on his face, he immediately is like shooting straight up. And like, honestly, even does kind of like instinctually lash out a little bit. But does not, actually make contact with Archie in any way. And looks around. Whoa. Okay, fuck. Sorry, I said I was gonna do a voice, and now I have to do the voice.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh, Archie, sorry, I didn't, fuck, what time is it?
Oh, well, it's approximately 12:23.
Fuck, okay, do you know where Dan is? Can you help me find him?
Knowing what I know of Dan, he is most likely in the van.
No, I'm right here.
The other van.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Okay. And he just starts, like, trying to gather his things, and then turns to Archie and is just like, dude, are you sure? You're always in here. Like, come with us.
I really would rather not leave the library.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Between you and me, I know, but, like, come on, dude. Like, you have a chance to, like, see the world and stuff. You've been in Boston for a while, right?
I haven't seen the world in quite a long time now. I fear that it might be overwhelming.
I mean, fuck, I see the world all the time, and it for sure is, but, like, I mean, what, you just want to be cooped up in here all the time?
Yes. That's
Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have seen that coming.
That's been what I've been doing, yes.
Yeah, okay, well, hey.
It's an extensive... I still haven't finished going through the library. There's always new works being added.
You want to know what, though, dude? There's, like, hella libraries. Just kind of everywhere.
That is true. I like this one, though. It's comfortable.
Well, I mean, sure, but so is Dan's van.
I've never been in a van.
Well, hey, new experiences, right? And we gotta stick together, right? And he, like, pulls,
What
his shirt
is a
to the
van?
side.
By the way.
It's, fuck. What point of reference for this would make sense to you? Well, I mean, you live in a library. It's a car. Is that anything? Does that do anything for you?
I'm sure there are books about cars. As the keeper,
Yes,
there are books about cars.
Like the one that Ford invented many years ago.
Yeah, basically like that, for sure, in a big way. And that's a normal sentence that a guy would say. But yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. It's exactly like what Ford invented, and we gotta stick together, right? And he, like, pulls his shirt aside and reminds you that y'all have the same tattoo, which is this, like, green carnation he has tattooed right here, indicating that he is part of a club that somebody founded at one point.
A cryptozoology club.
A cryptozoology
as it's
club.
always been.
For
famous.
gay men.
Yeah.
Will you describe the tattoo?
Yeah, it is a green carnation that is just like, it's pretty small and just tattooed like kind of near his collarbone. And anyone who like joins this club, which is a, as we just said, a cryptozoology social club for gay men, which is the normal thing that definitely exists.
Especially in
It
1973.
should, quite frankly. It
Yeah.
should, quite frankly. I think kind of what we had discussed is that, like, the cryptozoology, like, whatever they say the club is about, because that's changed over the years, is kind of mostly a cover for the fact that it's a social club for gay men.
Yeah. So they're talking about Bigfoot, but they're really talking about something else.
Yeah.
They're talking about Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what that
Sucks.
means.
I don't think I do, and I don't know if I want to.
You know what they say about guys with big feet?
It's not
Yeah.
true.
Big socks.
Yeah, yeah. Probably.
Big bottoms.
Usually kind of tall.
But yeah, so Van like reminds you that y'all are both part of this club and is still asking you to come with.
I suppose I could go outside very briefly and take a gander at this van.
I mean, that's all I'm asking.
As long as I won't be seen.
Nah, I'm sure that's gonna be totally fine. Van has no way of knowing this.
Truly.
Van is making promises based on nothing.
Let's cut back to Dan. So Dan, let's say your van is kind of in the like near the like center promenade at the quad. Yeah, that's what they call it. I went to university
sure.
once.
I've been to schools. Yeah.
And you hear police sirens go by, shooting towards the sports stadium, and you hear a commotion.
He fucking ducks inside of his van and closes the doors because he thinks the cops are coming for him. And then when they pass, he's like, "Whew. That was weird. Wonder what's going on there." And then he's like, "I should pack up shop and go find Van the man." Van the Morrison, and not Van the vehicle.
Van the Morrison.
Van the Morrison.
No relation to Van the vehicle.
No.
And he closes the lids on all of his mushrooms containers, and then he tightens down all of the containers of dried mushrooms, and he starts his van, puts it in gear, and he starts driving along to the library, kind of rubbernecking to see what the cops are doing, because he's Midwestern. The man's fucking nosy.
Yeah, it's also kind of on the way that irregularly the sports stadium is like really close to like the Central University area. You can see a large commotion going on of a lot of police cars and a ambulance. I forgot the word ambulance. That's interesting. It's an interesting thing for me to do. There's an ambulance pulling up, and do you want to see more, or?
Yeah, I think the sheer number of ambulance and cops is making him quite curious. He's a curious fella. He'll drive a little bit closer.
Let's go to the board, because we're playing now.
Oh, we're going to the board.
Ooh, the board.
It's just where I have NPC art hidden.
Is it
okay.
good to say probably Van and Archie would be coming out at around the same time?
Yeah, you would probably also be hearing the commotion. I'd say it's like a block away.
Yeah, they were on
Archie
their way out.
came out a
anyway.
really long time ago.
Okay, a really long time ago.
So, Dan, you're doing this on the way to the library, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to? How are you investigating what's going on? Oh, I can't do this during this. Can I? Should I put a
What is
crop top
crop
on?
top
It means I have to put a crop top on.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
fuck
you've
it.
got a crop top here anyway.
I do. I'm trying to remember where it is. Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
okay, that was just for me.
Hold on 1 second. Alright, one Rowney, fine. I'll be right back.
Yeah, come on, Patty.
Yeah, get it together.
How's
How's
everyone
everyone
doing? Yay.
Being gay.
Yay?
Yeah? Really?
Yeah,
On this stream?
Unfortunately, yeah. The condition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
standard.
Nobody
Typical.
in this party is gay.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Huh?
I think the Van bits are going to be very funny and good, and they're not going to get old at any
They're-
point.
Oh, not at all.
I'm already fucking annoyed.
shan't. They shan't.
I mean, it's actually like almost 70s.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I love
Yeah.
this top.
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's a fun
Lovely
shirt.
top.
Okay. You can't really see it on the stream.
It's okay. We know in our hearts.
Rest assured, it is a crop top. Okay?
Yeah, here. There you go. Enjoy. Alright. Thank you, one Rowney. So how are you? This sounds like a move. Our first move. Investigating a mystery.
I'm gonna roll my d6s. I got a 2 and a 6.
I believe you add...
0. I had a 0 because I have 0 sharp.
A 6 is a miss, right?
It's an 8.
Oh, an 8. That's good. I need the little rule shortcut. I had it up. I don't have it up.
You said we were
It
about a block
says-
away.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
10
Dan's
plus
doing
gold 2
is
on a 7 to 9 gold 1.
he's driving very slow, and he has cranked his window down, and he's like got his head sticking out, and he's like looking out the window as he drives past all of the commotion.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're trying to figure out what happened here.
yeah, like squinting. You know, he's like really trying to see what's going on, and not trying not to wreck ban the vehicle.
I would say you see a body zipped up into a body bag going into the ambulance. I forgot the word ambulance twice.
I hope it's not going into the van.
I mean, more stuff to feed the mushrooms with.
Damn.
Oh no!
Damn. Can I also investigate a mystery?
Yeah, you'd just be doing it slightly after, maybe like you're seeing.
Yeah, just like because Van I think is also pretty nosy, just kind of naturally, inherently.
You probably also spot Dan looking.
Yeah,
at it,
he
too.
definitely would see Dan. He's always got an eye out for Dan. Also, that van is hard to miss.
It is cute green.
Yeah, the most beautiful color. So I think he's gonna also just take a peek around and be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Can I roll to investigate a mystery, but the mystery is the ambulance?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm curious about too.
So you're kind of like trying to take a look at the ambulance as it's driving by?
Yeah, I want to know what that thing is.
Oh, you just don't know what an ambulance is.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna.
I mean, yes.
Okay, so that is 4 plus sharp.
I did
That's
get
gonna be
a-
an 11 for Van.
Okay, flex. I got an 8.
I got a 6 and a 3.
With an 8, you can ask me one question about what an ambulance is.
What are the flashing colors?
You suspect that is to alert other creatures and other the big mechanical metal creatures in the area of its presence. Maybe
Okay.
it's supposed to be able to like surpass them in this like
Well, I know what a road is.
road. Yeah.
If
It's-
Obviously, it's warning predators that it's poisonous, Patty. Okay.
yeah, Patty.
I'm not that old.
So I hold 2, right? Because I
Yeah.
a good.
So you get to ask. For people watching that've never played Monster of the Week, which was also me until an hour ago. Hold 2 means so. When you investigate a mystery, 1 hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions, and there's a small list. And if you miss, which is roll less than a 6, or roll 6 or less, something bad happens to you.
Yeah, you get fucked up. Okay, so there was like a body bag being pulled into the ambulance, right?
Yeah.
What happened here?
Clearly something happened really intensely to the body for them to have covered it up.
I mean, somebody dead. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell from here, but yeah, it looks like somebody died inside the stadium. And with what happened here, you know also that they are doing like a rehearsal of some of the things for the graduation ceremony tomorrow, like some of the people that are speaking. Other people that will be present that are part of the ceremonies are there.
Okay.
So they're doing like a dress rehearsal without all of the graduates there.
Makes sense. Not a lot of these questions apply here, so I'm gonna go all the way down to what is being concealed here.
You notice the police are all kind of making a ring around the entrance. And you do see a man here who, what did you roll? An 11?
I rolled an 11.
I will say with an 11, do you read the newspapers?
Oh, I think, yeah, avidly, constantly.
Pretty recently, this is the new police commissioner of the Boston PD, Robert DeGrazia, who was supposed to reform the police he was elected in 1972.
Okay. So the fact
This is
that
a real
he's-
person, by the way.
So the fact that he's here seems like this is whatever happened is maybe a big deal, is kind of what I'm gleaning.
Yeah, that's something that happened here is is of importance to public safety.
Okay. Well, Van is gonna just tuck all that away and make a little mental note of it. And he is simply, there is no world in which he's gonna go over there or anything. He's going straight to Dan with Archie and Tao, assuming.
Yeah, I guess Archibald is following. He has the flashing red and blue sirens in his brain telling him to go back to the library, but he's kind of like fight, flight, freeze right now. And by freeze, it is hide behind Van.
Yeah, I think...
It's important to note it's also raining.
Oh, okay. I have a
Do you
question
get
to
wet?
ask. Yeah, I was gonna say, is Archie... And this is a strange question to ask about a normal human man, but is Archie tangible?
Does Archie's pussy get wet?
That's not what I was trying to ask, but sure. Also, double-ended question. Oh god.
Does Archibald get wet?
Does Archie? Well, I just wanted to know if Archie is like physically tangible, which I know is such a weird question to ask about
Like
a normal human man. Yeah, is Archie in the way that many normal human men are physically tangible?
I have the incorporeal move.
But generally speaking,
You can say what you want, in my opinion.
I mean, you can see me.
Well, I guess why I'm asking is because if
Can you
Archie
feel
is
his
kind of
tender
freezing
touch?
up, I think Van would kind of, unless Archie was like, "Do not touch me," like just like take his hand to kind of guide him.
Yeah, I think Archie's just kind of following.
Is what?
He's just following.
Okay, okay,
He's just letting himself be dragged.
okay.
I would love to
But
be
are
in the
you
library right
getting
now.
wet?
Am I getting wet? That's a good.
That's Patty needs to know that.
I don't think I'm getting wet.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess
This
Van will
time.
have to step up his game. No. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So Van is just is kind of tugging Archie along, and goes directly to the van. Does Dan like slow down and pull up so they can get in?
Yeah, I was gonna say Dan catches a glimpse of them through the windshield because he's got his like whole head out the window, like rubbernecking at whatever the fuck is going on there. But he catches a glimpse of them. He stops fully and puts his van. Sorry, he puts his van, the vehicle, in park because he's concerned about the safety of his companion, plural. After he spots old Archie, and he reaches over and fumbles around and unlocks the door on the passenger side, and gestures for them to come in.
You know, I think somebody died. And Van just steps into the van and pulls Archie along with him.
Let's get the van on here.
Do I just climb in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's safe in here. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you just climb in. I'm not gonna, take you anywhere against your will.
So do you have seats removed somewhere for your grow operation?
Yeah, the entire back is just like glass containers that are like bolted down.
I would like to note that I do think we determined that Van's like sanctum or whatever is also in the back of the van, but that
Yeah.
we can make that work however we need to.
Well, it's not completely full, there's room to like lay down and walk around in the center.
There's
some
a
folded up
beanbag
sleeping
chair.
Bags. Yeah,
Yeah.
beanbag chair. Like, it's the
Perfect.
hangout van. For
Perfect.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's got windows, so you can see inside.
Archibald has like his hands pressed up against the glass.
This
like he's
is
watching
kind of a
fish
new
in an
experience
aquarium.
for you.
Dan leans over to Van the Morrison and he says, "Hey, man, I like Professor Archie as much as you do. The old
I don't know if that's true, but anyway,
But-
sorry, continue.
But it just, why'd you take me out of the library, man? He gets weird.
I mean, listen, he's been in there for centuries or decades.
You need to stop exaggerating like that, all right? I mean,
Sure, metaphorically.
He's gotta like leave to go to the bathroom and eat and sleep. I bet he's married, man. Like,
I don't think any of
Yeah,
those
but-
things are true, but
I mean,
we'll agree to disagree on that.
he's a fine looking fella, He's all right.
That's not what I meant. But
Well, what I'm
anyway,
saying is he's gotta be married, right? And
I mean,
you gotta stop. I'm sure he's a workaholic. You're so right about that. You're so right. He's never not there, but you gotta stop accusing the man.
I haven't accused him
Bring
of anything.
something to the old library. He's just a guy.
Listen.
All right, I'm gonna keep your eye.
We've had this argument so many times, and honestly, I don't know if I want to keep having it. That man is a ghost. I swear to God, I can prove it.
Man, come on, man. I can't.
Also, this is unrelated, but I have not seen a ring on that finger.
All right, I can't.
Now,
have
does this van have the same mechanical properties as the Model T, or has it been advanced in some way? Is it able to move faster than 5 kilometers per hour?
Van is just staring at Dan. Like, does this seem like the kind of question a normal man would ask?
Dan's just like, man, he can't help these British. Great, let's go.
Not prepared for that.
I did write an extra note on my character sheet to say that he has a British aura.
Yes, I like that you wrote that in as one of the like custom auras.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty good. There's so many things that could indicate that somebody is a ghost that also could be explained by them just being British.
Yeah, like not knowing how a fucking van works. All right, Dan puts the vehicle in drive and carefully begins driving away, but in a way that he's driving around to look at the stuff more.
Ah!
That sounds
I've
like
never moved this fast.
He swerves when Archie screams because it startles him.
Okay, you've never moved this fast? You've never been in a car before?
If you're gonna do a second trip around with all the cops around, I would have to ask you to act under pressure first.
Okay. Let me see what I add to that.
I think it's cool.
Can
Yeah.
I help?
Okay. I
You
got
can
a
help.
10.
Oh, okay. You don't need it.
He's very good at driving.
All right, so yeah, you can go ahead and investigate a mystery again. So you're seeing now at this point, the other people, some of the other people are starting to like file out of the arena, and it's just cops are like questioning people as they're coming out.
Is there anyone conspicuously missing that probably should be there?
I'm trying to think of how, like, I feel like you probably know everybody, right? Okay, you know everybody.
Yeah, I'm the local guy
With the van.
with the van.
You can't ask that question. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Is there like a set list of questions I can ask? I'm sorry, I've never
There
played this before.
is, yeah. Do you know? Here, I'll get you the PDF if you don't.
I have it. It is on page 66 of the PDF.
Well,
66.
I have just a 2-page PDF.
Oh.
I'll send you right now.
You
Oh.
can ask. I have an idea. You could ask, where did it go? But like with it in quotation marks being whoever isn't supposed to be.
Well, I also was hoping to maybe read a bad situation.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to what Dan is doing. Just because I think some of those questions might be applicable.
So do you want to do that while Dan looks at the questions, or Dan, do you have something in mind what you want to ask?
I don't know what I am looking at yet. 1 second.
Oh yeah, I sent it in Extremely Regular in Patty's Discord.
Oh, okay. I gotta pull up Discord. Let's see.
Yeah.
Here.
I sent
Can
it.
I
Yeah.
also read a bad situation?
Yeah.
I mean,
My
I'll roll for it, but I can wait.
I don't remember if I set up a thing for that. Clearly not.
Oh, okay, that one's cocked.
Where's my shirt? 10.
I also got a 10.
You just
but
gotta tell me what you're doing to figure that
Oh,
out.
I'm looking out the window.
Okay, and what are you asking?
With 10, I can ask 3 questions.
Oh, damn.
Alright, well, there's 6 questions, so if we team up, we can just ask all of them.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 3.
I'm gonna ask, what's the biggest threat? What's most... are there any dangers we haven't noticed? And what's my best way out?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? In this moment, the biggest threat is probably getting busted by the cops in this exact moment. dangers you haven't noticed. The thunderstorm is coming down a lot harder right now. And what was the other one you asked?
What is the best way out?
The best way out is, I think for you, you're thinking it's to go back to the library and figure out who was going to be in this, like who was at this event. And Van, did you want to ask something?
Oh, I can. I don't know if Dan is ready.
Oh, Dan.
'Cause I know you rolled first, so if you wanna.
Van already asked a couple of these questions, but I can't remember which one. So I'm gonna just ask the general what happened here.
On the second run through, it seems like one person was dieted in some way.
That'll happen.
They're in a body bag that was zipped up. It looks like the cops are here to like cover up whatever is going on. You do know that this police commissioner that's here is newly elected, and he has a lot of eyes on him right now. So perhaps that is something that's going on. And then you notice people leaving, and as they're leaving, they actually seem like as if forgive the term, but they seem as if they've seen a ghost. Everybody is like,
Which don't exist.
yeah,
No.
Yeah.
But
Right.
something very intense has happened here.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
I guess I'll ask, what's my best way in? Like, if we had the inkling of trying to investigate this further, is there a good approach to do so?
You see somebody that you know. This is... I named this dumb kid something wild.
Wild Wild West?
A.G. Wentworth.
Oh, this is Darby Foxtrot, who is
Okay.
took over for you as the mascot.
I hate him already.
Yeah, bastard.
Yeah.
But he did you have any interaction with him? So let's wind
Can
back
I
time
say
a
what
little
I
bit.
want the dynamic to be?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Intense homoerotic rivalry.
Yeah. So
Great.
That's exactly what I would like my dynamic with this man to be.
so are you like you wanted to like give him tips on how to be the mascot?
No, I want him to fail horrendously so that everyone can understand how good they had it when I was the mascot.
Can we go
And you
back?
want to see him humiliated.
And I wish to see him humiliated. I think if anything, if I've given him advice, it's been bad advice. But there is also just a fixation that I have with him that is unshakable.
I mean,
Does that help?
that definitely checks out. Let's wind back time a little bit. So
Okay.
you see him and you have a flashback. Everyone's cheering in the stands. And you, sweaty in a mask, are running across the field. And here you are on a sunny day in 1972 as Terrier 3, the mascot of Boston University, in 1973.
Yeah.
What happened?
I am giving it my fucking all. I'm leaving it all out there on the field. Everyone is fucking so hyped up right now. I'm doing amazing. I'm trying to decide how he stopped being the man. Like what horrid fate befell him.
You told me what we had discussed it beforehand.
Yes.
You said he was let go from the position for being too into it.
Yeah, I think that is what it is. I think He's getting so into it. Okay, then I think what had to have happened.
He's barking like a dog.
Yeah.
So you're
no, I think what had to have happened then is the other team's mascot like starts kind of jokingly taunting him. Like in the way that
Oh my
like
God.
mascots would, and he tackles
Bite
him
him?
to the ground.
I will.
Did he bite him?
Like
How?
yeah, I don't know how
You
he
felt-
accomplished
You
anything.
I may I add to this? You
Yes,
felt
please.
compelled to do it.
Yeah, I felt a powerful urge to just tackle him to the ground.
Is the mascot haunted?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I might know about that.
But yeah, so I feel this sudden compulsion when I see the other team's mascot, and I just dart at them and fully tackle them to the ground with a level of like strength and agility that I think is surprising to Van, because he is a pretty slight guy. He's not like particularly strong and athletic in any way.
I think Darby was your understudy.
Fucked up.
He was like your, but in case you
Yeah.
ever got sick, but you never
Yeah.
did.
I never did. There was times when I did have a cold, but I fucking powered through that shit.
And cut
Went out
ahead to a
Well,
scene.
start out anyway.
You keep the suit in your room, and you've
Yeah.
been let go, and Darby is in your room. Oh, this picture is too small, sadly.
That-
Van, I'm real sorry about this. It's just
I'm trying to put up an image of a dorm room.
I just I know how much this means to you, but you know, I'm gonna try to do it justice for you.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna do a great job, Darby. I'm sure. And pats him on the shoulder just a little too hard. And hey, don't you dare sully my legacy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. I'm sure it'll be okay. And
It better be.
if you I always feel a little intimidated by this out in front of the crowd with all the people, but you know,
I never did.
my father told me I should really work on my skills with people, and this might help, you know, my bravery, so I appreciate it. If you have any tips or advice. My voice is all
Yeah.
over the place for this guy.
I have still not figured out what the Van voice is. I have yet to land. I've just kind of been doing Wiley. I'll find it eventually. You know, I've got a lot of great tips for you. I, Lalo, simply don't know enough about the fine art of mascotting to even guess how to do it wrong. So just kind of insert here some bad mascot advice.
Look at the crowd and look at every face in the crowd and focus on every face in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, just remember, hey, Darby, just remember, they are all judging you.
They're all
And they
looking at
will hate you if you do a bad job. You personally.
It's a good idea to pick up small children and carry them away from their parents.
Go up behind the football players and do as many lewd gestures as you possibly can.
Oh yeah, people love lewd gestures.
Yeah. Especially
Especially in
if,
70s.
especially if you do it to the athletes in the middle of the game. People are crazy about that.
What is a common lewd gesture in the 70s?
Mm.
I feel like it was like people weren't doing like, I don't know. I feel like it was different. It must have been.
I mean,
right?
I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 70s.
I wasn't either. Thank you very much. Yeah. So to answer your question, what's your best way in?
Yeah.
You do see this guy that you know.
Okay. What I've gleaned from that scene that we just did is that I think Van feel like part of it is that he knows this guy, but it's more than that. It's that he feels like he can manipulate this man.
We're gonna use all the moves, baby.
Like, I think that it's not just that he feels like he can get in because he knows it. It feels like I see this guy, and not only do I know him, but I know I can manipulate him.
Yeah, he's kind of a wet sock of a guy.
Yeah, I think that's Van's assessment of this man.
I mean, I would say it's accurate.
Yeah. Okay, and then I have, I think, two more. What ones did, what's most vulnerable to me, I guess? I feel like that's also Darby.
What's most vulnerable to you?
I don't know if that one's even applicable here. I don't need to take all three.
I would say it's probably still the fact that the cops are around.
Okay.
Like, and your best friend has a bunch of illegal drugs in the vehicle you're also occupying right now.
Super fucking illegal.
That makes sense. And then what's the best way to protect the victims? I feel like, at least from my perspective, right now that's kind of us, and I think it is not being in the van, but I'll leave that up to you.
Wait, say again. I thought you were talking to Hunter.
What's the best way to protect the victims is the next question, is the only question left. And I feel like from Van's perspective, that's just the three of us.
Yeah, at this point, because whatever happened to the other person is
yeah, that
nobody is
past
in
the
danger
point of
in any other way.
protecting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I think Van just goes, I mean, if we want to try and find out more about what's going on, fucking Darby's over there, and I probably could get him to spill anything he knows. But dude, like, we probably should park the van, like, super elsewhere.
Yeah, no worries, man. We'll get out of here and we'll circle back around on foot. How's that sound?
Perfect. Arch, you doing okay?
Well, I haven't felt nauseous in quite some time until we started moving at such speeds.
You can
I did
feel
not-
nauseous? Sorry.
It was a surprise to
Man.
me as well.
How slow are cars in Britain, man? This is like 15 miles an hour. The speed limit is 20.
I'm just enjoying
All
this.
right.
Pieces
Never
together,
mind.
dude.
I'm sorry. Don't worry
Piece
about
the
it.
puzzle
All right.
together, my
Never
guy.
mind. You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't shame you for being from another country. That's not very nice of me.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna drive around back here where the cops aren't, and we can get out, and you can get some fresh air, and your stomach will feel better in a sec. All right.
Yeah, you know, the air
Sure.
that you need to breathe to stay alive. That. The
Man,
fresh
why are you always on this shit? Why don't you just leave him alone?
Okay.
All right, and he drives away to find a better parking spot.
Will you act under pressure again, just to leave the
Yeah.
area where the cops are?
This time I would like to help.
Cool. I got a 6.
Okay, then I definitely am gonna help.
How are
it's
you-
Plus,
How are you helping?
I think I'm kind of assigning Van actually the same trait that I, the real human man, have, which is that I don't drive, and therefore
cop.
I feel deeply, deeply guilty and terrible about it simply all of the time, and therefore I've invested a lot of energy into becoming an expert navigator. So I think Van is also that. So he's like, he tries to be as helpful as humanly possible to make up for the fact that he doesn't drive. So
Mhm.
he's so good at like hunting down a parking spot, or just like knowing the right direction to go, kind of in general.
All right. What'd you get?
So I haven't rolled yet.
What is it?
Snake eyes. That's gonna be a 3 total.
This is going well.
Yeah. We're gonna get arrested before we even go on our road trip.
To be fair, I don't see a fail condition for helping out.
On a
On
failure,
failure, you expose yourself to trouble or danger without help.
Why am I not seeing that? I believe you, I just don't
It's-
see it.
It's
so
under help out.
I know, it's not there for me.
maybe
I don't
it's
know
not
what to
on
tell
this on the short sheet.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm not saying you're lying. I just think it's weird I don't see it. But that's not your fault.
But now not just Dan, but also Van are both like spotted by the police officers. And like, you see them like chatting and like pointing at the van. They don't advance towards you, but they have seen your faces.
Dude.
And you're out.
Dan smiles and waves at them.
Oh, by the way,
Dan also smiles and waves.
Dan, didn't you have a special move that you could have used for that? Don't you have like an escape move?
I don't know. Maybe.
I just don't remember if you took it or not.
Oh, I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Is it different in some way?
Oh, well, okay, so it says panic button. Name the route you'll try and roll plus sharp. My plus sharp is 0. So
It's not helpful.
that wouldn't help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, something to keep in mind.
I don't know why I picked it. What the fuck? That
Well,
was really stupid.
I was supposed to do a thing at the beginning of the mystery, though.
Why don't
My man with the plan.
Why don't we then? So this is kind of the beginning of the mystery, anyways.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'll say this is our first session. So first couple of sessions, if you pick something and then you realize maybe you shouldn't have picked it, I'm totally okay with you switching it.
Oh yeah.
Because we're all new at this game, relatively. And then the mystery is kind of starting right now. If you'd like to roll.
Yeah, I've got the roll I'm about to, or the move I'm about to roll for the audience's sake, because a lot of people might also not be super familiar with Monster of the Week, is one of my moves as the expert is the man with the plan. At the beginning of each mystery, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 2. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend the hold where you to be where you need to be prepared and ready. So essentially just like if there is an instance in which like it could be feasible that like Van would have prepared for that, I can use that to do so. On a miss though,
I already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, the keeper holds 1 that they can spend to put you in the worst place, unprepared and unready.
Yeah.
So, root for me, gang.
I'm rooting for you, Lala.
Okay, that is a 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 2 is 11.
That's good.
That's pretty good. So I have hold 2 for that.
So you have a plan.
Yeah, so I can spend that kind of as needed.
Oh, just at any point.
Yeah, that's just at the beginning of the mystery, and then I just kind of have that in my back pocket, and I have like twice I can kind of be like, oh, I planned for this.
Interesting. Alright. Okay, so where's the van getting parked, Dan?
I think he's gonna go park over by the dorms. Yeah.
Are we living in the dorms, or like at this point we're both seniors, and I think we also both said we were like slightly older than standard college age.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're probably
I totally
living in like
forgot
an
about that.
off-campus apartment.
Oh, how disgusting. They gotta walk all the way across campus because
I
he's gonna
know.
go park at the apartment. No, he's gonna go park at a box store that's on the other side of the stadium so they don't have to go all the way home and then walk all the way across campus.
A
Ugh,
box store?
so stupid. Yeah, a box store. Like, one that's open in the 70s. Sears?
Oh, like a big box store. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. That must be a Midwestern slang thing.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't either. Yeah, so you're gonna park in the Sears Roebuck parking lot.
Yeah. And then he's like,
Thank you,
All right,
Ulysses.
folks.
Sorry. Thank you, Ulysses, for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and thanks for hanging out.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
What were you saying, Dan/Hunter?
Let's get out of the van, fellas.
Oh yeah, for sure. Archie, you could be good? You okay?
Yes. Well, if I'm being completely honest, I have absolutely no idea whether I will be okay. But I have no choice at the moment.
You know,
just
man,
kind of turn invisible.
that's a really interesting way of looking at things. And I was learning about this in my intro to philosophy class like 3 years ago. You know, I think that's something called like nihilism or whatever, when you're like, hey, it doesn't matter what I do. You know? And then you can take comfort in that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not like you're gonna die.
Well, you could always die.
Maybe.
Everybody dies, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure
But it
everyone
doesn't
does.
matter. It doesn't matter because we're here now. Anyway, I think we should go check out this guy who did die. What do you say to that? Huh? Fellas? Let's go.
I mean, fuck, I don't have anything else going on.
I am agreeing because I do not remember how to get back to the library.
I can get you back to the library when need be.
Professor, are you telling me you don't just like walk around campus? It's really easy to get to the lab. You know what? It doesn't matter. Come with us. We'll take care of you. Van and I won't let you get lost. Come on. And he leans over to Van and he's like, hey man, I think this guy's got some memory issues. I'm a little worried about him.
Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely what's going on. And you should follow that thread. Van kind of offers his arm to Archie, and it's just like, it'll be okay. It'll be fine.
Sure.
Alright, Van, let's go talk to this dweeb that took your spot.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
It's probably been about, what, like 5 minutes?
I think so.
Yeah. You get back over there, and you don't see him anywhere.
Darby?
Darby, he is gone.
Peculiar. Sorry, completely unrelated. Before we get deeper into it, would now be a time when we could take a quick bio break?
I was thinking that too.
Gorge.
Professional, and we're back. Hi, everybody.
Back.
Hello.
We've taken a nice little break. We'll be streaming a little bit longer, and we are back at the scene of the crime, where
Alleged crime.
yeah.
I mean, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna quibble.
Yeah, we don't know that it was a crime.
That's a good point.
all right. So you pull up and notice that Darby is no longer there.
Huh. Okay. Well, that was my only lead. Do I have any?
Go.
Yeah, do I have any sense of what happened to him?
So I'm trying to think if there's a move for this. Once I get more familiar with the moves, that will help.
No worries. I don't have any special boy moves. I know that.
You do see this man arguing with the police commissioner. They're having like a shouting match.
Do we know who that man is?
See, if so you said D&D, I was like, I'm gonna roll a history check. I feel like, why don't you just roll investigate a mystery for the, huh?
Oh, I forgot how this game works.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
I can investigate a mystery. I don't mind that. I
Yeah.
have so much sharp. Pointy boy. That's gonna be an 8, so I hold 1. I think.
You can ask what sort of creature is it to know who this person is.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
What
you,
sort of creature is it?
when you were like, because you also know who the police commissioner is. That's the other man that you see arguing with him is John Cahoe. He is the public safety commissioner for Boston, who was basically the reason why the former police commissioner was deposed. So he seems like he suspects something. Like, here, I pulled this from an image of the two of them actually together.
Okay. So I think.
This
The
is what
way-
you see.
Oh god, yeah. I think the way Van is processing all of this, given how this guy's brain works, there was a body that was potentially so horrifically maimed, or it visually in some way appeared such that they had to fully cover it and put it in a body bag and get it out of there in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Chief police commissioner is here, which, like, I don't think a standard run-of-the-mill murder the police commissioner would show up for.
Right.
And then this public health guy is also here, or public
Mhm.
health or public safety.
Public safety.
Public safety. So police commissioner, public safety guy, body so maimed. At least that's what Van is, I think, assuming that
Yeah.
it was put in a body bag. I don't see Darby anymore, but I think that's low on the list of priorities. But I think the way Van's brain works, given that he is the expert vis-a-vis supernatural, is he's like, okay, something fucky happened here. There's something happened, and all of these normies are scratching their heads, trying to figure out, like, oh, what's the weird scenario? And Van is like, I know. There's some kind of creature that has done this.
Mhm.
That is, I think, where Van has gotten.
Okay. So things that occur to you would be, maybe you could get in by deceiving somebody if you want to get in here, or you could figure out where you could do maybe a little more research on what happened. I think it might be good to talk to somebody who was here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main person Van feels like he could talk to here is Darby. Also, Van is in no way charismatic, and I also don't think would attempt to, like, lead the party in trying to talk to someone. Like, if that is the direction we would want to go in, that's somebody else's bag.
Can I do a shenanigan?
I love a shenanigan.
Please.
Can I use magic?
Explain to me how you want to use magic.
I think Archibald doesn't fully have a handle on the stuff he can do. Just because he hasn't tested it. But I think in, like, looking at, like, these guys talking, he's kind of got this instinct of, like, well, I want to hear what they're saying, but I'm so far away. And I want to use magic to observe another place or time. And just kind of invisibly snoop.
Yeah.
So I have to roll weird.
I think the way this also works too is that you don't even realize you're doing it. You think you're still standing there, but you turn
Yeah.
completely invisible and walk up to them.
Yeah. And that is a 10. So no negative effects.
So you hear the two men arguing. I know you're covering something up. I hate when I have to do a dialogue with myself. No, now. Excuse me, we're gonna get everything sorted out. John, don't worry about it. Things will be fine. There will not be another victim. The
I know.
professionals told me John speaks. The professionals told me that her heart was ripped out of her body by some sort of beast. How could this possibly happen? There was no animal handler around. There was no sort of creature. Security around did not spy any coyotes or anything happening, or anything around the area. Like, well, I'll call you in the morning. We're gonna have our forensics people look at this. He's like, and then the commissioner leaves in a huff, gets in a police car and like shoots off.
I think Archibald then sort of also subconsciously is back with Dan and Van. It's like
the sirens went off and you like ran back, but you didn't realize you were doing it.
Yeah, he freaked out. What the devil could they possibly be talking about?
They who? What?
They were talking quite loudly just now. Did you not hear what they were saying?
Nah, man, for an old fella, you kind of got bad ears.
Also, to the other two of you, Archie completely disappeared.
Okay, so we noticed that he disappeared.
I would assume so. I mean, that's up to Oak.
I would say I think Van would. I think Van kind of not like surveilling in that he's like he distrusts or dislikes Archie in any way, just out of sheer fascination, kind of constantly has eyes on him.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
So, I mean, we don't have to get into it, because I know everyone's kind of sick of me kind of trying to die on this hill. You did disappear for, like, a solid minute or so?
Let the man wander off. Jeez.
That is not... Okay.
I only looked closer at the conversation and...
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
What'd you hear, man? Just tell us.
Yeah, that's not important right now. What did you hear?
There was a woman who's supposedly her heart was torn out by some sort of beast.
Huh.
So,
I will say, Lalo, I think I've put this together. It all hit me.
Yeah. It's the first mystery. I didn't make it too complicated.
I've connected a lot of dots already. I think I've got it. Which I think actually Van maybe can put it together too.
Yeah.
He's got good sharp. He's a smart buddy.
I would say, as far as like kind of the way this game works, I think if you figure it out, your character figured it out. I think that's fine.
Hey, okay. I have an inkling as to what maybe went down here. I think we need to find Darby. Dan, do you remember when I was Terrier 3?
Like last month?
Yeah, exactly.
Vaguely.
Okay.
You only spent 4 years doing it, man.
I just want to put this back on the screen real quick.
You were at the game when I got fired. You know what I mean? You were there, right?
Yeah, of course I was. I go to every game to support you, man.
Thank you, by the way. You're my best friend. Anyway,
and to sell drugs on this side.
Yeah, obviously, naturally. And that goes without saying. And Dan, I support you in your business endeavors. That being said, you remember I tackled that other mascot to the ground.
Yeah, I thought maybe you got a little bit too enthusiastic, but not my place to comment.
I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like, I loved being the mascot.
Yeah,
maybe
what is a mascot?
Oh man, dude. at least pretend to be integrated into college life. Listen, I shouldn't give you notes. You're doing your best.
I will also say you go back and you remember as you're putting it on, like your and like when you tackled the other mascot, your heart was like racing.
Yeah. So, and you said like straight up that he felt compelled to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I loved being. Oh, sorry. First of all, let me answer your question. That was rude. A mascot is like a character that like a goofy animal character usually that is like part of that supports like the sports team. Does that make sense?
Sometimes
Do those
it's a
words work
guy
for you?
with a really big head.
Sometimes it's a guy with a really big head.
Sometimes it is goofy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not here.
Does that track? Does that all make sense? It's a
No.
costume you put on. It's like a weird costume. Ours is a big fucked up dog. Anyway,
Boston Terriers are kind of small.
well, okay. I guess I'm the big fucked up dog here. Anyway,
Well, that's true of any situation.
thank you. Anyway, so I loved being the mascot, and like, yeah, sure, I got like enthusiastic, but I don't want to hurt anybody. Also, I'm pretty sure I can't hurt anybody. You see this? And he holds his arm out, and this man is so lanky. He is built like.
It's like the cartoon thing where they stick their arm out and the muscle goes down to the bottom.
Yeah, he has
Dan-
no. Yeah.
You listen.
Dan reaches out and grasps his bicep and squeezes it and goes. No,
I should
meat
turn
on
off-
my bones.
I should
Dan's
turn off my
full
redemptions.
Dan could probably get a full hand around.
Oh. No doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
The man's got large hands.
Yeah.
Archibald doesn't know if this is some newfangled thing that the kids do, so he just kind of also
It is.
reaches his arm out. He doesn't know
Dude,
what
your
this
hands are
person would-
so cold, but thank you for proving my point.
Coral, this is so Lalo's character Van was the mascot. This is what the mascot for Boston University looked like in the 70s. His name
It's
is
pretty
Terrier,
fucked up.
Terrier
His name was
3.
Terrier 3.
And he
Terrier
is
3.
a Boston Terrier.
But so basically what I'm saying is I shouldn't be able to tackle a guy to the ground like that. Okay? Nor do I want to. Ever, basically. But I when I was in this mascot suit and I felt like I had to in that moment. Like there was something outside of me compelling me to do it. And Darby's not here anymore. And they said that the girl's heart was, Archie, you said, ripped out by some kind of creature?
Yeah.
I think, and Dan, I need you to go with me on this one, okay? The mascot suit is haunted. In some way.
I mean, you know how I feel about this kind of stuff, man.
Dan. And
Yeah.
he steps forward and takes Dan's full face in both of his hands.
Okay. I'm looking at you.
I need you to trust me on this one.
I just think we should, it could be that the suit is
Dan.
bulky. It could be that you got like radon poisoning. You could have carbon monoxide poisoning. Does that thing have adequate airflow? You could be fucking tripping out in there, man.
If I had carbon monoxide poisoning, that wouldn't give me super strength. Van's face is, by the way, so close to Dan's right now, their noses are touching. He's so serious about this.
Okay, listen, man. I'm willing to entertain it. Okay, we can entertain it. We can entertain it.
You see
That's all I need.
a couple of the cops walk up to y'all and are like, "Boys, you can't be hanging out around here right now. It's an active crime scene. You're gonna have to go."
I would like to cast charm person. And by that I mean I have +2 to charm, and I want to try and convince this officer of the law that we belong here.
So you're trying to manipulate someone.
you're trying to
I'm
manipulate
trying to manipulate somebody. Let me roll, and then I want to say what Dan says.
Oh, we all have to take a drink of our beverage because something was manipulated.
Okay.
Cheers.
The only beverage I have on my desk is hand sanitizer.
Well, you're gonna get
drink
fucked up.
bitch.
You're gonna get real fucked up.
Salute.
Okay, down we go.
Don't.
I'm not going.
Please.
I drank my entire water bottle already on stream, so I think
Fair.
I'm good.
Hand sanitizer is not a beverage. Hey,
In
anything
your
is a beverage
opinion.
Yeah,
if you work
okay.
hard
Lalo,
at it.
Lalo, you have to take a sip of each one of your beverages.
Oh yeah, I'll take a sip of all three of my beverages. Okay, I've already done the White Claw.
Right, so manipulate someone. This move is used to get people to do what you want. You need to give them a reason to do it first. What counts as a reason will depend on your relationship with the person. So what do you say?
Well, I got a 10 and I have a +2, so I got a 12.
Okay.
Fuck. I
But
was
what
about
do
to
you
be like,
what do you
you wanna
say?
tempt fate in this way, but it turns out everything's fine forever.
I say, I'm so sorry, officer. Listen, man, we're like with the school paper, and I just really think that like the people have a right to know what's happening on their campus, man. And we're not gonna get in your way. We're not gonna tread on your crime scenes. We're not gonna, do anything crazy. What we're gonna do is really respectfully, of course, observe your process. We're gonna really watch you guys hit the ground hard. Really get after the perp. And we're gonna do this with some journalistic integrity. For the people, man.
I really
Plus,
appreciate
we're
that.
accompanied by our journalism teacher, obviously.
Yeah,
Like
this
this is all a school thing.
This is our journalism teacher, Dr. Archibald
Ackworth.
Ackworth.
Yep.
And he's, you might not know him, he's kind of a bookworm, but
we're not campus security. We don't really know any of the folks around here.
Right. Well,
I
do you
understand.
mind if we just kind of hang out and mind our business, which is your business in this specific instance, but normally would just be our business.
I understand. He claps his hand on the shoulder. Son, you must be devastated about the loss of Linda today.
Do I know who that is?
What?
Dan knows people.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say the valedictorian is also a star track runner, Linda Ingram.
She sounds hot, so Dan is extra devastated about her loss.
She has a very large cavity in her chest right now, so.
Yeah, it is tragic.
Damn.
I-
I'm
Tell me
sure
more.
there's something else that she has that's very large.
Damn, tell me more about this large cavity.
yeah.
All right, you boys have to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
That was out of character.
Dan's like, oh yeah, Linda, man, yeah, I never really talked to her, but man, she was really one of the good ones. It is a tragic day, every time a young life is wasted in this senseless, cold, cruel world that we live in, and yeah. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it, officer. You have a better day going forward.
Yeah, you too. I'll be back to work, and he goes back to standing around.
All right.
Next
I
to the
manipulated the shit out of that idiot pig.
Also, apparently he's our ally for the rest of the mystery.
Yeah, I'll give him a name.
Because you rolled so good.
Yeah, he's my best friend now.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Tom
make
York.
me the father of his
What?
godchild.
John
Is it,
York.
Tom York.
Okay, Tom York, the police officer.
Tom York, the police officer, no relation.
I'll put in Boston because He's like, if you boys want to go in there and, I understand hard, muckraking journalism. It's really important. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll have police clearance from me.
Thank you, officer. You respectfully, thank you.
Man just gives the guy a thumbs up.
All right. So you're heading on in to the.
Once they walk in, Dan turns around. He's like, "That's the kind of charisma you learn in business school, fellas."
Damn, dude. Pretty smooth.
Thanks.
I actually taught poetry, not journalism, but I suppose if I must, I can go along with this facade.
Professor, you ever hear of something called a bald-faced lie?
Yeah, I was doing this cool thing called lying.
Yeah, I think you should give it a try sometime. It's pretty sick. You can get a lot of stuff if you want by doing it. Don't worry about it, though. I would never lie to you guys.
I'm nothing but truthful, baby.
Y'all are such a bunch of bozos right now. So what's the plan, folks?
I guess they're going in. Van also wants to hunt down Darby ASAP, but there's probably no harm in investigating the crime scene. Should we investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay.
If one of you wants to help the other instead of bad at that, if you're bad at shit.
I'll help because
Okay.
I know less about things.
Do you have cool?
No, I have
Okay.
-1 to cool.
I have +2 sharp and I have +1 cool. So however we want to do this.
Okay, I
Plus
also have
0.
+2 sharp.
Okay.
Plus
So
0 sharp and +1 cool, so I will help.
Okay. Yeah, Oak, you roll investigate and I can help with cool. Ooh,
12.
I got an 11 on my help. So you get a +1, but it sounds like you don't need
13.
it. Yeah.
Wow. I think once you get up to advanced levels, rolling above 12 does extra shit. which
Yeah,
is very
12
interesting.
plus, you can ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just the list of ones. So you
But-
still have a hold 2, but now you can ask just any 2 questions you want.
Oh, well, fuck, what are we asking? What are we asking, boys?
Well, why don't you tell me what you're looking for while you have the whole stadium. There's I will explain. There's a shop of memorabilia and team stuff, and there's the locker rooms. Obviously, there's all the stands.
I'm curious, and this doesn't have to be our question. I want to float it to the group, and then if we want it to be the question, it can be. I'm curious if there's remnants of the crime scene, if there's a area where we can see this is where things happened.
Yeah, if you go out onto the field, yeah. So
I have a couple of thoughts, because there's that. We should check the locker room.
there is also in the team shop. There's a little shrine to Terrier 3.
Of course,
With,
yeah, there's the shrine.
Facts about Boston Terriers.
Yeah. My other thought is, if there are other ghosts on campus, would I know them?
That's a really good question.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, not necessarily, but there's a good chance. I mean, you never left the library, so.
Yeah, but I might know of them.
From what, Ghost Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did previously invent Facebook.
That is true.
I don't.
If there's other ghosts, some of them might go in and out of the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say if they went to the library, then yeah.
So we get to ask 2 of these.
Yeah.
I think I want to know about other ghosts. And then do we want to check out the crime scene, the locker room, the
Yeah.
Terrier 3 shrine?
I would love to look into the Terrier 3 shrine, actually. Because I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure that this is connected to the mascot.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, let's check out what the fuck is up with that.
I mean, Do you want to know about ghosts?
Yeah.
So
Tell me about ghosts.
famously, there's many ghosts in Boston. City has been around for a while. A lot of weird fucking shit has happened there. You don't know any of them to really be malevolent, including the ghost of Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler. He's hung up his coat and he's does a lot of wilderness hikes. So the ghosts are more of like quiet observers in the city, much like yourself.
And then what's up with this dog shrine?
So you investigate and you notice maybe a couple of things that might help you figure out what's going on. So there's just a book. There's like books that you can pull. There's a book that talks about the breed of Boston Terriers, how they were bred, and then as you're reading through it, I imagine you're an incredibly fast reader. You come upon a passage about like common things that happen like late in life, and Boston Terriers tend to have heart problems.
Oh. Okay.
So perhaps you're connecting that the Star Trek athlete, maybe that was like a common thread.
So perhaps the spirit of the mascot, I say spirit not knowing exactly what it would be, would have been desiring a better heart.
Okay.
It is Terrier 3. There's already been 2 that died before.
I mean, that
What
makes
if,
sense.
The ghost of Terrier 2.
what if it's a vampire, man?
Or maybe some kind of demon. Like, I don't know if it's a ghost necessarily, but it's some kind of presence that's like possessing the suit.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about possession.
It's 9/10 of the law, man.
Okay.
So in character and so quick.
I'm not sure if that's within the skill set of a typical spectre.
Have you ever possessed anybody? Hypothetically speaking?
Slavery is illegal, man.
Dude.
No, I have not.
Cool. Sick.
Oh, so are you checking out the crime scene?
Yeah, I actually might also roll investigate a mystery. Just because, you know, you did so well on that roll that we got to ask any questions, so it might serve us to also ask some of the questions. Let's see. Hunter, if you want to help me
I would love to help
with
you.
your cool.
With my cool. I got a 6.
I got a rock. Okay.
You got a rock?
Yeah. You don't know that reference?
No. What's that?
Peanuts,
Charlie
okay?
Brown and the Great Pumpkin.
It's been so
the
long since
Great
I watched
Pumpkin,
that.
Charlie Brown.
It was not my favorite Charlie Brown.
I watched it a lot in school.
Yeah.
Okay. I also got a 10, so hold 2.
What are you doing?
Okay. I want to ask, where did it go? And by it, I kind of mean the mascot suit and or Darby. Can I get a sense of what happened to either?
So you have to tell me how you're doing that. So are you maybe going to the crime scene? Are you going?
Oh, yeah. I think definitely going to the crime scene.
He's using his terrier impulses to sniff it out.
Yeah. I think that is kind of what it is. I'm just trying. I think Van kind of holistic, like overall, is a very observant guy. The crime sounds like it would have been deeply bloody.
So
So I think some of it is like keeping an eye out for like blood splatter or like marks of blood anywhere that might like.
sounds like more you want to ask what happened here.
No, because I'm specifically trying to look for like path.
So you see, like, you know exactly what like the footprints look like on the field because you were.
Yeah,
there.
that's essentially what I'm trying to like. If I could get a sense of where the mascot went.
So you see the blood and the body tracing and all that, and then you see maybe like half a dozen footsteps, and then it just disappears.
Okay. That actually leads me. That actually leads me into my next question, which is what sort of creature is it? Which I think my explanation for being able to glean that is the fact that Van is the cryptozoology guy. So I'm trying to see if he can get a sense of, especially since we were just talking about, is this some kind of specter? Is it a demon? Like, what is it?
So you're connecting in your head that like maybe it's like, you've heard of like a lot of like folklore about, English folklore about like black dogs and huntings and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And like, we've also heard about a creature called a barghest that is a dog that, coincidentally, as you're thinking about it, with the pause stopping, you know that it has the power to teleport. And just in that moment, you hear a pfft, and the terrier appears above you and jumps down on you.
Fuck. Well.
A real terrier or a guy in a terrier suit?
It looks just like this, but the eyes are glowing red, and there's like a tuft of fur on the back.
Darby, you punk bitch!
And he pins you and says, "Stay out of my place!" And we're gonna stop right there for the week.
Damn.
Fucked up.
Damn.
Pretty fucked
Important before we stop, are you by yourself? Had everybody stuck to? I
up. I
assume.
assumed everyone was.
Yeah,
still
we're all
with
together for sure.
me. Yeah. Can I also just get you to spell the name of this creature?
Oh yeah. I'm actually using it's a D&D thing. I'm stealing from other things. Barghest is Bargeest.
Okay.
But the other thing I would say that I would have revealed anyways, but I was trying to get to the tension point, was you're specifically remembering stories told in England, which Archibald
English,
might know
like
more
black
about
dog.
that. About like a spectral black dog. Sometimes it's called padfoot. It's also
gotcha.
talked about in Ireland and Scotland. It's like a.
I'm British.
Look,
Yes.
I wanted to involve both of your characters somehow.
Hell yeah. Okay, got it.
Alright, so we're just gonna be fighting a lot of British baddies.
Ew.
No. I mean,
This is America, man.
Nobody from Britain is a baddie.
Well.
Sorry. No, that.
Oh,
not different.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
you mean
go.
Like the sexy baddies.
Yeah. Nobody
You
from,
mean it, like,
nobody
the
from
bad
the UK
guys.
has ever been hot.
Are you saying Archibald isn't a baddie?
I'm so sorry. You're right. There's one British
With
baddie.
that mustache?
Damn.
well, that was an
I
extremely
do not
lovely.
support mustaches.
It was a very lovely first session.
I like that he has the virtual background, so he's disappeared.
Yeah, he would just evaporate.
I assume that's what it looked like when Archibald walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing to do is that this is the end of the session of Monster of the Week, which every time we do that, we figure out experience.
Oh.
I failed.
Well, I
once.
experienced being in a car for the first time.
It's true.
That is true.
just
Oh,
need to
get
find.
this fucking dog off my screen.
You just have to click on the screen and it'll go away.
Yeah, I know. I was talking about Lalo.
Wow.
I figured it was gonna go there. I was trying to thread the needle of the joke, but you got it.
Oh my god, you want to
That
fuck me
was
so bad
really-
it makes you look stupid.
I'm sorry. I love you.
It's okay, I love you too.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the rules for. What
I
happens
don't get any experience because I'm good at rolling dice.
No, there's other ways to get experience. There's the little end of session section.
I
It
don't
might
know
be
shit about
easier-
this game.
It might be easier to find on the 2-page PDF that I just sent.
Oh.
I get an
Or not
experience
just.
point
I sent
if
it like an hour
I
ago.
make a roll that totals 6 or less.
Yes.
So I get 1 experience point.
But then there's these end of session questions.
Oh yeah.
Patty.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
we conclude the current mystery? No.
No.
Did we save someone from a certain death? No.
No.
Did we learn something new and important about the world? I would say
There's
yes.
fucked up dogs.
I would say kind of. I from Van's perspective, the fact that the mascot suit is in some way haunted or possessed, that is very new and important to him, especially because now it clarifies a thing that happened to him that was prior to this kind of inexplicable.
Archibald learned a lot of things. He learned about vans, he learned about ambulances, he learned about mascots.
Thank you for the follow. Yeah. You learned about vans.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of technological advances.
And I would say the last question is, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? I would say absolutely that we learned that Archibald is a ghost.
No, he's not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think some of
On
us
to you.
learned that.
I'm fucking on to you. Well, Van didn't learn it because he's known. But,
That's true.
But I think all in all, I think this does count towards the 1 or 2 yes answers for 1 experience.
Yeah. I think we had experiences for sure.
We experienced.
I
Hey,
think Dan
That's
maybe
my buddy
had...
Justin. Sorry. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Oh, hi Justin. Thank you for
I think
this for the sub.
It is possible that Dan had different kinds of experiences from the rest of us.
Yeah.
I would say collectively you all each got 1 experience point. So you can mark 1
And then
experience.
I think
on
Dan and I
character
both got an extra 1 because we both fucked up.
Yeah, so every time you fail a roll, you should just mark experience immediately because we won't.
Yeah,
do that
I
to-
already did go and do that, but
I'm also supposed to remind you, and I didn't. So
that's okay. I'm a little bit familiar with Monster of the Week.
it's my first time running as a keeper. I've played before a little bit.
I've never played
It's
this
a
game
good
before.
thing that
Yes, you have. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's a good thing
Okay.
that I didn't roll bad.
that I
because
recall.
Yeah.
If I had rolled bad, I would not have remembered.
Yeah, we would remember now because something weird would have happened because of it. But
That's true.
well, we're gonna be starting the next session with our first combat scenario.
Fuck.
That'll be fun. I did leave both of my weapons in the van.
Yeah, there's no way they were gonna let you in. The police were gonna let you in with a shotgun.
I
Oh yeah,
think
we're in the journalism.
It's not a shotgun, okay? It's a hunting rifle. And what about the hockey stick? That's not very journalistic like.
That's true, but this is not the hockey stadium. This is like
Yeah.
the football track.
I
Stadium.
have,
Sorry, Justin.
you can borrow mine. Archibald doesn't know that it's a weapon yet, but you can borrow it.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
How are you gonna borrow it?
Alright.
I think I could justify having one of my weapons as a magical dagger. I think I could justify that by saying it's like a flip knife that
Yeah.
he just keeps on him.
Yeah.
It's easy to conceal.
I mean- Archibald's cane.
That's true.
He has his cane. Because even in death, you still have bad knees.
Yep. Don't I know it, brother?
Normally, I do a thing at the end where we can all plug everything we're doing. I don't know if anybody has any interest in that. We didn't talk about
I
it
have a
beforehand.
couple of plugs
Yeah.
personally. My one plug is As anyone who has seen me on stream before likely knows, I've been working with Maybe a Girl on all of her past congressional runs. For those who are unaware, but are in LA, um, Maybe is running for the third time. It is now an open election. She's no longer running against Adam Schiff. And that kind of does actually make her the most seasoned candidate in this race. Follow her on social media, at Maybe a Girl on Instagram or at Maybe for Congress on Instagram. I'm super, super excited for this campaign. I think we have a really good shot to get in, and she is bringing some really, really cool things to the table. And now more than ever, it's important to support people who are fighting for trans people and drag performers and queer people of all kinds to live in the world.
And people that don't take like corporate money. It's so rare.
Yeah, exactly. And then on a personal front, for Realland, coming up again this Sunday, I will be there as per usual, vending and selling jewelry. If you want to come through, would love to have y'all. It is like an invite situation, so search for Realland on Instagram. I'll spell it out in the chat. If you're in LA and want to see some really cool, good drag, in my opinion, one of the most positive, mindful, trans-affirming drag spaces. One of the few drag spaces I feel safe in as a immunocompromised disabled person. They're stocking up on Narcan. They've got pads in the bathroom. They're doing great stuff, and it's a really wonderful, fantastic show. So yeah, come out to that this Sunday. That's all for me.
Yay, Lalo! I'm doing nothing.
Does anybody else
I'm
have
posting
anything?
on Twitter too much. That's what I'm doing. Don't follow me.
Posting on Twitter just enough.
Yeah.
What are we posting on Twitter?
What am I
Jokes
posting on
that
Twitter?
Jokes that are tailored specifically to Lalo.
Yeah, famously.
Hunter's getting in on the beach that makes you old meme 6+ months later.
That's what I'm good
And
at.
we love him for it.
Bad tweets. Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of you online was you taking over our Lalo's podcast Twitter for a week.
Yeah, it's very funny every time.
I still have access to that. Keep an eye out for me posting on that eventually when I have another funny bit to do.
Hey,
Listen to
now that-
Southland, Summer in the City.
Oh yeah.
Now that I'm getting CPAP sleep, maybe I'll start fucking editing that again and we can put it back
God.
up.
Oh, okay.
I had another friend also offer to help us, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. That's an old
Speaking
project.
of podcasts, I'm also on a podcast that we just released episode 2. Lucky 20, a TTRPG podcast, which is, it's called that even though we're playing Fate Core, which is a D6 system. But
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we're playing this on Roll20 and this is also a D6 system.
If you want to hear me do more of a similar shitty accent, go listen to Lucky 20. I'm playing a vampire and he sucks.
Your accent was good.
I'm deeply obsessed with the Crow voice that Crow is the name of Oak's character. I'm deeply obsessed with the voice that he does on Lucky 20.
I need to hear it.
Very funny every single time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's
It's very lovely to receive such a compliment.
That's so good. Why do you think it's
Really?
shitty? You're just being humble. Stop being humble. Embrace your power.
He
Oak
lives in
does
my
some of
brain.
the
He
voices
doesn't
of all
shut up.
time. Yeah. No, the vampire sucks because he's a fucking vampire, Patty. God.
He's actually
Yeah.
a vegetarian.
Oh.
Oh, it's like a Bunnicula situation.
Fine.
No,
then
he
he
just-
sucks because he's gay.
He just drinks beet juice. He is gay.
Okay, Hunter needs to go to sleep soon.
I'm so tired.
I will just say the only thing I want to promo is that we're doing this around the same time every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday.
4:30, 7:30.
Well, we did 4:30 this time, but I think we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be dentist next week.
That was just
I
one
promise.
We'll talk time, and I will make an announcement on my Discord. So join my Discord.
Groovy.
It's in my profile.
Exclamation point Discord.
But now we are going to raid my friend and roommate Queer Adventure Time, who was kind enough to raid into us at the beginning because we lived together, and when we all tried to stream at the same time, the internet exploded. So
I would love to raid Coral Stream with you. I'm gonna go to bed because I have to wake up early tomorrow and go to my stupid weed factory job. So
Go so to bed.
so to bed.
all right,
No, Justin, I can't call in again. Thank you, bro.
I like Justin. Bring him back. We could have finished that
Yeah,
combat.
he's so real for that. Thank you. You're gonna get me fired. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Wait. Let's raid together because it's gonna ruin the whole screen. So we're gonna raid out. Sorry, real quick.
Okay.
He's so quick.
I
Everybody,
can take this jacket off now.
we'll raid. We're all just gonna say we love you, Coral. We shall see you soon, and thank you all for coming. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, now I have to wait 10. I'm so unprofessional at this. I didn't know. Almost 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're ready to raid. I'm so awkward.
I don't
Alright.
know how to do this because I've never done Twitch.
Oh, you don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything.
You just have to sit there and look pretty.
And we're off. Then we raided.
Okay,
I made it
good.
very bizarre at the end.
Whoa, it's starting soon.
Yeah, we coordinated this in the hallway earlier because she was really nice. I was like, she actually volunteered immediately. She was like, well, you're like streaming with other people that you had to schedule, plus like you haven't streamed in a long time, so I'll go off stream if everything starts to tank.
Yeah, that's sweet of her.